How to become impossible to ignore. Are you someone who just feels like they're ignored and don't feel seen, don't feel visible in your professional life? Well, today I'm going to give you a few points on what has really helped me feel more magnetic in my life and attract more friends, attract more opportunities in my career and business, and expand a really great network. Disclaimer. Any of the guidance offered by the podcast host, myself, or the podcast guests is our own guidance. We are not liable for any of the actions the podcast listener decides to do. Welcome back to the podcast. So thank you so much for being here today. Now, I'm in a position right now, but I want to go back to how it used to be. I'll start from where I am now. I'm in a place now where I have a lot of confidence going into a new social situation. I used to be terrified. I used to be anxious, all these kind of things. I'd say a little bit socially anxious. Now I go into a place and I don't ever assume anyone likes me, but I assume that the majority of people will take to me and the right people will take to me. Not in an arrogant way, but in a very owning myself kind of way. Because I know I'm in touch with myself. And my energy attracts the right people, I find. So I really want to give you some value on how I've been able to do this. Again, I'm not saying everyone's going to like me. Like, I'll get criticism online. I'll get people who don't take to me as much. Of course, I'm a human being. But it's really enhanced me. And one thing that upsets me is people not owning who they are and being able to move forward, particularly as we talk about on this podcast in your professional life, when you're trying to be someone else, because I've tried to do that and it just doesn't feel good. So I've been someone who just wanted to hide, didn't really want to be seen. I wanted to be ignored. I remember going through university and some people just didn't want to talk to me. I remember sixth forms was before that. Some people didn't want to talk to me and I hid. This is a very sad story, but I hid in the toilet once at lunchtime because I was so self-conscious, didn't want to see people. I didn't want people to see me being alone. But now I'm in a place where I've got an amazing bunch of friends all over the world. I love doing in-person and where possible. That's a real highlight for me. But yeah, I got to a point where I started really applying this from my late teens and onwards through my 20s, and it was personal first of all, but then professionally things started showing up a lot more. So what have I come to learn about this? I believe that to be impossible to ignore to the right people we're talking about, you've got to be truly you. When you're not truly you, people can sense that. Not everyone, some people, they're they're so focused on them, they're just like, okay. But what people can tell is they can tell that person is 100% authentic and owns themselves. You can see, someone who lights up the room, they know who they are. It's about coming back to who you really are, I've discovered for myself. So I want to give a few points on this that have really helped me. Number one, what lights you up, and start doing more of it. And I'm not talking about from the mind, not I should play more golf. That was one for me, I should play more golf. It's not I should do X, Y, Z in my business or career because that's going to be good for me. There's some things you have to do, but does it really light you up? Because there's some things I notice in my career and my business that light me up, and I started to put more of them into my life, like my podcast, for example, really lights me up. Interviewing people really lights me up. Planning stuff really lights me up. Overcoming problems really lights me up. So obviously the problem one's a bit different because but life's full of challenges, right? But when you can start to really identify what lights you up and do more of it, that's going to make you light up, and therefore people are going to pay more You're going to be magnetizing the right people to you, as with all these points. Number two, this is also, this may sound a bit chicken and the egg, but like, who lights you up and hang out with them more often? So have you ever been in a conversation with someone in business or your career around you and you're like, yeah, there's something off about that person, even though intellectually they seem okay and you're trying to find a good reason to hang out with them, but they just drain you. They certainly are in my life. And I started cutting out all my Zoom calls that weren't essential, because sometimes conversations just exhaust me, especially online. But there's other ones that really light me up. So who lights you up? And get very honest on that. And then number three, practice certainty. What does that mean? It means it's a muscle. The more you can embed it in your body, the more it's going to be natural to you. I mean, it is our natural essence, because look at a baby. A baby comes born into this world. They're naturally got high self-esteem. They think they're the most important thing in the world. They cry. They try and get attention. But we go through our lives, and this is what I learned a lot through like personal growth and our development. But we go through our early lives, and we have challenges. Things come up, and then these beliefs, often bullshit beliefs, sometimes some of them do serve us, come in, and they're like, we should be quiet. We don't want to upset anyone. And then that comes with us into adulthood. Right? But our essence is to be love and joy and live that inside ourselves. So practice that state of certainty. What I do is I have a simple statement saying everything that I truly am. I say, like, I am a king of certainty. That's one of my lines. And I will say these lines again and again to myself whilst I feel it. Feel like, if you're trying to, is struggling for the feeling, think of a time where you felt really confident, something really went in your favor, and then just embed that every single day. I do it multiple times a day. You only have to do it for like 10 to 30 seconds as well. So the more you embed that, the more you're going to be like, wow, I know who I am. And then when you show up, people are going to take to you. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm going to say some people, don't take to me. But when I go into situations now, I make so many more friends. I like get opportunities. Like I got like a sales role like about 3 or 4 months ago out of nowhere. I just spoke to the guy and he's like, I really like you. I want you on this team. And it's because all this work I've done on myself, right? And again, it's not, if someone doesn't like you, don't take it personally or doesn't really respond to you well, because people in my life are like that. But the right people I do attract. So when you're trying to get a energy of being impossible to ignore, use these three things in mind. Like I said, do more of what lights you up, because you'll become more of a light in yourself. Number two is the same, but who lights you up? Hang out with people who light you up even more. And then number three, embed that feeling of certainty every day. Start in the morning with it, and then just have an alarm that goes off every few hours, just to remind yourself to feel that certainty inside yourself every 2 hours if you're really committed to it. So that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for being here. Remember to take one of these away and not just be like, wow, that was really motivational. And I want to be someone who's like a magnet. Well, you're not going to be if you don't do any work on it. So it's all about embedding it. So I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.